Hello there. I am going to try and make this quick. This is just a precursor, but I'm keen to record this now because it's nearly the end of the week. I've just got some new video editing software. I would like to learn the workflow for that, for the green screen setup that I've been using before. There's a couple of key points I have to hit on very, very quickly, um, so that next week everything can just happen and roll out. This is a precursor entry to the next phase of entries and some other bits of content I'll be rolling out leading up to an event in June, which I've referred to before, but that doesn't matter for now. Basically, I'll say what it is. In June, I've got there is a UCA alumni event, and I'm scheduled to do a talk, a presentation, and I am using this as a platform to sow the seeds for theory progression, as most people would, and an opportunity for more ambitious projects, possibly even testing the water for what a progression or a pursuit towards a PhD might look like, or some other equivalent path of progression, depending on 100 factors that will be evaluated through this whole process. So I've made many entries like this before already over the autumn, which I think for the most part very gradually actually served as quite an effective means for dialing in my communication, presentation skills particularly, but also communication skills. There was some interesting conducive parallel to the orthodontic treatment. All these things are things I've mentioned before, but as this is kind of like I'm setting this as a new phase, I want this to be fresh and right off the bat. So the practical communication skills side of it, there are aspects, ongoing aspects with the actual aesthetic sound of my voice, which unfortunately went through a bit of a bump in the road over the last month. One of the reasons why I haven't really done or had a chance to do much of this last month is I had a new brace fitted, and this is quite a challenging one. Likewise will be the one I'm getting fitted next week. That, aside from being quite painful, has also produced a temporary lisp again. It's died down a bit now, but it may come back next time. I don't know. But these are all things which, if anything, are more cause for keeping these a regular cycle now. But fundamentally, with this event in June as a deadline, what's going to be happening now is every entry I'll be referring to notes that I've been writing up, which I've already started writing up, relating to the full theory, which I key points, if you like, body of research, all that kind of stuff, incorporating my current knowledge and passion in human health and my philosophies, if you like, in terms of how we perceive the idea of health and how I think that can and will become an interconnected part of my art practice, as well as where that can all be progressed further, and have all sorts of practical elements. These are all the things that are going to be started to be unpacked over the next course of entries. Beyond that, I would just quickly like to catch up on a few points. I just finished a portrait. That was it. Sorry, and that, like a lot of my projects, took much longer than I underestimated. That's the one, underestimated. So mine's all over the place. Convenient, yeah, and it's another reason why I'm cramming this in now, this morning on a Sunday when I've got a bunch of stuff to crack on with after this, is it's a convenient way to kind of tie up the week in my head so that next week can feel more like a fresh start, cracking on with this phase that I've been talking about. And I just got a new piece of video editing software, so I need to learn the new workflow for this whole green screen setup that I've been using before, amongst many other things and workflows, and I'm hoping to sink my teeth more into the some other bits of software. So there is relation to that a video installation this April. There's also a few other applications I made yesterday which took up most of yesterday, which might be talked about in future entries, but that's just a thing that's been going on. Ultimately though, I'm starting to roll these out again at no specific kind of level of frequency, but frequent enough to do what I already started doing in terms of necessitating myself publicly to develop and construct my theory further. So it's open to interrogation from the outset, leading up to the point where it's a full, substantial, hopefully intellectually justifiable presentation this June, which I will record and upload, and then that's the platform, that's the end of that phase. At that point, whatever needs to happen yet will be self-evident, I believe. So that is where we are at with that. So there'll obviously be lots more video-based stuff rolling out soon, and I'm pretty sure that's everything. But my gut's telling me there's some critical point that I've missed out. No, that's it. Bye.